What's going on with everybody? Hope you guys are doing great. I think we will just get a little bit right into the patch. Let's get it started. I hope you guys are ready for another patch, another very fun patch. I'm gonna get right into it. Of course, this is our patch notes for 0.62, July 6th, 2022, everybody. All right, guys. Servers will down, of course, July 6th, 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern, to update to patch 0.62. The summer sun's on full blast, and it's time to dive into some patch notes, surfing through with some cool changes and content that will help you survive the suffocating heat. I have no idea who's doing the patch notes now. Wendy's gone, Aesop's gone, so we're just going through it. There's some quick looks, but we don't look at that. Of course, we have Wasteland Markus here. Oh my goodness, this skin is absolutely beautiful. Look at him. This art is gorgeous, and I'm going to be playing it instantly. And of course, Lifeguard Karla. Look at her. This art is, they have gotten so much better at art. Like, they were already good, but this art is insanely nice. Happy that they have it. We have Gen emotes available for purchase as well. How lovely. System updates now. Clang clatter improvements. Noisy actions for clang clatter, even on mute. Clang clatters now turn in place and bang their cymbals for 5 seconds. Fun. This is going to be very interesting. I cannot wait to see this in action. Meanwhile, transfer console and remote drone improvements. Multiple improvements for transfer drones and remote drones. I'm sorry, transfer consoles. Improvements for trying to make going for transfer consoles restricted areas strategically viable. So instead of it being 20 seconds, it's now 10 seconds. If an area turns into a restricted area in the middle of a transfer, 10 seconds will be deducted from the transfer time. I really like this. I think it's very cool. Noise pings around you will be muted when operating transfer consoles in restricted areas. Originally 80 meters, now it's 30. Transfer console icon on the minimap no longer reveals their status. Original transfer consoles, okay, by stat, okay. Deactivated, cooldown, transferring, transfer complete. Icons for transfer consoles restricted area, and now it's just gonna be a question mark. Cool. UX improvements. Thames. Nice. I know it says items. We're going to pretend it says items. Items and transfer supply boxes now automatically get put into your inventory upon opening. If you have inventory, insufficient inventory space, the regular box will be displayed. Cool. Items collected from remote drones now give a little sparkle when they appear in your inventory. Pretty. Cool. Besides trade life and meteorite, items and materials collected from regular boxes and collection points do not sparkle. Transfer consoles now have higher visibility in the scoreboard tab. Nice. They now have a high visibility when acting the information overlay. Nice. The sound that plays when an item is being delivered by a transfer console is now quieter. Being worked on and slated to come in 0.65, so that's 6 weeks. Communication pings for credits, the ability to call remote drones from targeted item areas in the UI, the ability to call remote drones for materials needed by an ally. That's Pog. Oh, wait. What? That's insane. Hello? Hold on, this music is a little loud for my liking. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to turn it down a little bit. Apologies. That's Poggers, though. Okay. Daily missions for transfer consoles and remote drones. New daily missions that require you to operate transfer consoles and remote drones. Nice. Cool. Communication ping improvements. Hotkeys have been added for pin, control and left click, and ping, alt and left click. You can reassign these binds if desired. You can now assign a hotkey for pin and ping. Assigning control and alt to different functions is similar to development. Alt plus left clicking the UI at the top center of your screen sends new pings to your teammates. Nice. Daytime, so you can now ping the day and time, your restricted area timer, or current area. Nice. You can also request materials or items you need from your teammates by using Alt plus left click and the scoreboard. Nice. Separate matchmaking for potentially abusive players. Nobody likes being in games with teamers, flamers, or leavers. We get a high volume of player reports, but it's not feasible to suspend every reported player. Reports can often be mistaken, and investigation has to be manually conducted through replays. Being put into a separate matchmaking is a lighter penalty than account suspension. As an attempt to create a better gaming experience for everyone, we plan to test separating potentially abusive players from ordinary players. Under certain conditions, if a player is constantly reported by the same other player, the two can automatically be prevented from queuing into the same lobby. However, this is an edge case at this stage. This is the planned feature, and its implementation date is not yet set in stone, as we're prioritizing queue times. This feature will continue to be developed as we accumulate more data. I like it. Very nice. Practice mode. You can now disable and reset cooldowns on augments and items using passives. Thank you. Rank dodge penalty. Leaving the game during the character select match preparation screen in rank now comes with a small LP penalty. Very nice. Widened threshold for quick start matchmaking. The current conditions made it so the quick start matchmaking only ever activated for upper ranked players. To help players find more games, quick start can now activate in lower rank queues past midnight. What time zone? I don't know, you tell me. Is that meant to be there? Anyways. Purchasing exact amount of ER points. You can now specify the amount of ER points you want to purchase. That's nice. Cooldowns for unique passives are now displayed in the spectator and replay UI. Hovering your mouse over the character in scoreboard match status tab now shows the name of the skin. Cool. Pardon me 1 second. Had to cough a little bit. Okay. Character price reductions, all neat. Nadine. Oh, wow, they actually buff Nadine. Wow. Her armor pen is up. Admittedly, this is only 2%, but at level 20, but still, wow. Okay. Nathapon. He's still taking that panorama. I will never stop making this reference for every Nathapon buff. Per weapon mastery level. This is a total of a 4% buff at level 20. And snapshot. Movement speed reduction duration for targets with 3 stacks. It's actually longer now. Wow. Wow. I'm so surprised they buffed it. Wow, okay, that's going to be nice. Tia, oh my god. Oh my god, okay, anyways. Okay, Tia, hold on 1 second again, pardon me. Okay. Tia's true damage in color mixing is now skill damage, and the skill damage has been adjusted overall. She now will deal 60 to 280 plus 70% plus 160% skill amp for yellow red for Mad Chipmunk. Blessed Chipmunk. Well, now it's actually the exact same, except now it's 25% AP. And instead, of course, it's 100% skill amp skill damage. And then Magic Chipmunk is now going to be 30 to 130 instead of 30 to 110 plus 20% AP. And then it's changed to skill damage. Nice. Brushstroke is now going from 40 to 120 plus 45% to 40 to 140 plus 35%. The palette swap time is going from 6 to 4 to 6 to 3.5 on red. Blue is going from 7.5 to 5 to 7.5 to 4.5. And then yellow is going from 8.5 to 6 to 8.5 to 5.5. Nice. And a dash of color, her E. 30 to 150 plus 50 to 60 to 180 plus 50, and then the cooldown is going from 18 to 10 to 20 to 16. Oh, wow, that is a fat nerf. Oh, my God. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. That, oh, my God. Jesus Lord, there's no reason to max. Oh, my God. Okay. Anyways, I also like the new little effect if you guys want to see it. Look at that. That's her new effect. Really cute. Anyways, moving on to Rio. Oh my god. I keep yawning. Rio's passive, Hasetsu. Armor pen, 5 to 15. Plus your crit strike rate times 35%. It's going to be now 0.3 instead of 0.35. Cool. And the increase... Oh my god. The increased basic attack damage is going from a 110% plus your crit strike rate plus skill amplification times 70% crit strike damage increase down to 100% plus your crit strike rate plus skill amp times 70% crit strike damage increase. Cool. Nice little nerf for Rio. Meanwhile, Mai as well is getting hit. Our two ladies of ERL are getting hit at the same time. Oh my god, don't even get me started. Mai, max HP per level going from 88 to 81. And of course, her AP per level going from 3.2 to 2.9. So that is a loss of 6 AP. Yeah. And then 140 HP at level 20. Markus. Oh my god, don't even get me started, please. Markus might be strong, but his actions still felt too weighty. We're toning down his cast delay. Thank you, God. That is all I wanted. Improved hit sound effects. Violent swing is going from 0.4 to 0.33 cast time. post cast delay after enhanced violent swing is going from 0.63 to 0.3. Due to limitations from the animations, the post cast delay of violent swing cannot be further reduced. To compensate, we plan to increase the airborne duration of enhanced. Oh my god, thank you. Thank you. And of course, increased range for smash to smithereens. It's going up point not. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me see the ult. Do we do the ult here? Wait, that's actually so nice though. But yeah, it's going to 6.9 meters and 4.6 meters wide. That's so nice. Meanwhile, Bernice, let's take a look at him. Making sure foothold traps stop Bernice's enemies in their tracks in the early game. What? What? You don't have to put a second point in W anymore. You don't have to put a second point in W anymore. You don't have to put a second point in W anymore. Oh my god, you don't have to put... Oh my god, you don't have to put a second point in W anymore. Oh my god. Oh my god, they actually made Bernice... Okay, this actually changes so much. That means Bernice's early game is going to be massive. The second he hits 9, oh my god, he's going to be insane. I can't... I'm sorry, I'm a little bit biased over these two. Oh my god, though. That is disgusting. I thought it was going to be 2. Also, this song is a banger. All right, Bianca, per weapon mastery level, cooldown reduction is going up by 0.3, which is 6%. Wow, that's nice, actually. Level 20. That's nice. Celine, explosives engineer her passive blast wave magnetic compulsion cooldown reduction when enhanced basic attack is hit from 30 to 50 to 20 to 40. Nice little nerf for Celine. Jukai, we should rename the skill to heavier meal. Heavy meal, his W 10 to 190 to 50 to 230. All right, that's gonna be wow. Okay, that's a pretty nice buff. Shoichi, 80 less max HP. Cool. Sylvia, Lumia Grand Prix, increased attack speed and skill amp per stack is going from 0.5 to 1.5 to 0.4. Okay, that's a pretty sizable Sylvia nerf, actually. Okay. I like it. Adela, per weapon mastery level, skill amp is going from 1.8 to 2.1%. A nice little buff for Adela. Adela's been kind of everywhere right now, I feel like. So I'm not surprised they're doing something like this, but it makes me happy to see. Moving on, we have Adina, Stargazing. The combust damage is from 5% of target's max HP to 2.5% of target's max HP. And Luminary, Q. The damage is going from 35 to 135 plus 45 to 35 to 115 plus 45%. And the Star Moon speed increase is going from 25 to 20. All right, fair. Aiden, per weapon mastery level, getting a 0.3% less attack speed, aka 6% at level 20. Little nerf. Johan is actually getting a buff, the same as Bianca, which is really interesting. That makes him even stronger, even though I think he's really good in duos right now. William, we've seen enough sports anime to know that the ace pitcher can't always be in the top of this game for character development or something. Nice. Signature Fireball. Movement speed reduction for targets in the corner, 50 to 30%. Reduction for targets in the center remain the same. I like that. That's nice. It was always a pain to get hit by it, so I'm really thankful that they did this. Yuki. We turned Yuki's buttons into the snapping ones instead of the ones that go through the hole. Thank God. That was so annoying. And they buffed Yuki. So I'm annoyed. Anyways, we're going to move on to Zahir because this shouldn't exist. Zahir, per Shuriken weapon mastery level, the skill amp is going from 2.2 to 2%. And Vavai basic airborne duration is going from 0.5 to point. Was Zahir that much of a monster in Korea? Wow, I'm surprised they're nerfing Zahir. I didn't even think Zahir was that much of a problem. This has to be a Korea nerf because I feel like I've barely been seeing Zahir. Okay, I mean, I'll have to check later, but wow. Meanwhile, Jackie, per dagger weapon mastery level, going from 3.3 to 3.8%, which is a 10%. Okay, that's nice. And then axe weapon mastery level basic attack amp is going from 3.2 to 2.9%. Fair. Axe is really strong and dagger's really weak, so fair. Karla, to improve the power distribution between her skills, we're cutting down the excessive damage of piercing chain and eliminating the synergy with items that increase attack range. So her per weapon mastery level, the basic attack amp is going from 2.5 to 1.8. Piercing chain damage is going from 100 to 120 to 70 to 90%. Bro, they just killed crit. Oh my god, they actually just killed crit. No longer affected by the increased range drop. They actually just killed crit. Wow, they just killed crit. Holy. Salvages damage 30 to 150 plus 55 to 40 to 160 plus 55. So they're encouraging you to max W. Readiness gauge when hit 27 to 35 to 19 to 35. Grappling maneuver 50 to 130 plus 50 to 50 to 170 plus 50. So you're literally just going to be maxing probably WEQ now, or I mean, you can still max WQ. Wow, they actually just killed crit. Rip sniper crossbow. Kathy, suture, stun duration 0.75 to 0.45. 1.5 seconds when target hits a wall or a different enemy. That's fair. Kiara, cast delay improvements for Kiara. You no longer have an excuse for missing those E's. What does it look like? Oh. 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 Okay. Felix. Felix buffs. This music going right now. This is how I feel about Felix buffs. Dance with the chat. Dance it up. Come on. Felix buffs, baby. Very nice. Love to see it. Fiora. Per rapier weapon mastery level. Skill amp going from 2.2 to 2.8. March and Romp per E. 60 to 200 plus 25. 60 to 200 plus 35. Nice little buffs for Fiora. Hedgen. Oh my... What is this? What is that? Bro, what the hell? What they do? What is this? Okay, let's pause the music for 1 second and go through this. Okay, let's read this. Charm of Despair, fixed animation timing. The projectile animation has been fixed to always launch from the front of Hedgen's model. Adjusted the cast delay for Hedgen's Charm of Despair in 5 omens. After Hedgen, we'll continue to work on improving the cast delay for other character skills. The cast delay improvements update aims to provide a smoother movement and combat experience. General information regarding cast delays. Projectile shooting skills almost always require a cast time of 0.25 seconds or more. Movement skills or self-targeting skills almost always have no cast time requirement. Post-cast delay will mostly be removed or replaced with cancelable post-cast delay, which will be 0.65. Some exceptions may be made based on the flavor of the skill. Cast time is defined as the period of time between the skill animation starting and the skill actually being cast. Post-cast delay is defined as the period of time between a skill cast completing and the player regaining the ability to input an action. Post-cast delay can make character movement feel stiff. Agreed, this is what happens with Markus. Changes to a skill's cast time and projectile speeds changes how difficult the skill is to hit or dodge. Cast time affects all skills regardless of type, while projectile speed only affects the projectile shot from a ranged skill. For example, increasing a skill's cast time and projectile speed might make it easier to avoid from close up, but enemies at a distance would have just as difficult, if not more difficult, of a time dodging. Changes to cast time are not necessarily buffs. For example, an increased cast time generally makes a skill easier to avoid. The goal is to still provide smoother movement and better combat. We plan to reduce the cast time of most skills that are currently easily dodgeable. Cast delay improvements require changes to animations, the skill itself, and the sync between the two. Thus, they are a large time commitment. We've definitely ran into unexpected trouble with our first attempt of improving cast delays for Hedgen. For example, there was an inconsistency in Charm of Despair. The projectile was coming out after she had already finished the throwing animation. Thankfully, we fixed it in this update. Charm of Despair's animation now looks much more natural, but casting it while moving still looks a bit awkward. To fix this, we'll have to weave the skill cast animation into her walking animation. This is expected to take more time. We've also fixed the long existing bug of Charm of Despair hitting targets behind Hedgen if they're standing too close. This GIF, of course, compares the behavior in the current update with the behavior in patch 0.61, as you can see. There was also a mix-up regarding changes to 5 omens. Post-channel delay was confused with post-cast delay, but we fixed it to actually remove the post-channel delay, as you can see. The GIF below compares... Yeah, that makes a lot more sense. The GIF below compares the behavior in the current update with the behavior in patch 0.61. We recognize that Hedgen's cast delay improvements led to her basic attack focus playstyle becoming prominent, for which we had to hotfix. As always, it's difficult to predict how changes to cast delay will affect the meta as a whole, so we'll continue to keep eye on the situation and respond with hotfixes as needed. And I like that, honestly. Like, they're attempting to do something better for the character, you know what I mean? And the game as a whole, so I understand. Fair. Now, let's move on to Dagger. Vibroblade is losing 10%, and that's why Jackie got that buff. Okay. Fair. She literally... Okay. Yeah. Fair. Bat. Kuachong. Attack power is going from 34 to 40, and the hex damage 50 to 135 to 40 to 100% skill amp. Cool. Swords. Dual swords. Daisuke. Attack power up by 5. Star Steel up by 3, and Spring and Autumn up by 3. That's a nice sizable buff to Yuki, Camillo, and Jackie. Arcana, the Star, cooldown reduction down by 2%. Shuriken, Sudarsana is down by 5. Two-handed sword, Dainsleaf, down by 3, and Lifesteal down by 5%. Whip, the Plasma Whip, is down by 5. Okay. Tonfa, Windrunner, attack power down by 5. Obsidian Jite, attack power is also down by 5. Armor, chest armor, well, that doesn't, chain armor, nah. Optical camouflage suit. Skill damage reduction is deleted. Wow, okay. Amazonas armor is only 20 defense now in command. Wow, okay. Commander's armor is down by 4 defense. Aoyai is down by 15. And Cabana's down by 4. Holy lordy lord. Okay. Creed of the Night, down by 3 AP. And Sheath of Shah Jahan, also down by 3 AP. Jolly Roger, Swift Strike damage down from 180. And the Necronomicon skill amp is down from 30 to 20. Yeah, it was a little disgusting. Meanwhile, mode balancing. Holy Jesus. Okay, let's speed on through this. Nadine, damage dealt in duo, up by 3%. Crossbow and duo, up by 4 to 100 for both of them. Laura, damage dealt in squad, up to 110%. Leon, damage dealt in squad, up to 100. Rozzy, damage taken in duo, down by 2%. Mai, damage taken in duo, up by 4%. Magnus, damage dealt in duo, down by 2%. Barbara, damage dealt in duo, down by 2, and same as squads. Dagger Jukai, damage dealt in duo, up to 95 and 88 in squads. Spear Jukai, damage dealt in duo, up by 95 and 88 in squads. Shuichi, damage dealt in duo, 108 to 110 in duos, and 110, both to 110 in both modes. Adela, damage dealt in squads, up by 2%. Aya Sniper Rifle, damage taken in duo is up by 2 and up by 3 in squads. Yan, damage dealt in squad, up by 2%. Aiden, damage dealt in duo, up by 2%, and damage dealt in squad, up by 5%. Johan, damage dealt in duo, down by 2, and damage dealt in squad, down by 4. Ava, damage dealt in duo, up by 2, and up by 3 in squads. Jenny, more damage in squads. Karla, or more damage taken in squads, I should say. Karla, damage dealt in duo is up to 100%, same with squads. Camillo, damage dealt in duo, okay, at 100% for both modes. Kathy, 95 for duos, 93 for squads. Chloe, 102% in squads. Rapier Fiora, 112 in duos, 110 in squads. Wow, that 1% damage. Fiora, two-handed sword. Damage taken in duos down by 2%. Damage dealt in squads up by 2%. Spear Fiora, damage taken in squad up by 4%. What? Shuriken Hedgen, damage dealt in duo down to 96 and 100% damage taken in squads now. Now, let's get on to everybody's favorite, Cobalt Protocol, guys. Now we're introducing the Shredder system. Some items just belong in the trash. Good news, you can now shred unwanted items and get credits back. Drag and drop items into the shredder in the control room and they will be destroyed. You'll get credits back based on the rarity. Uncommon is 5, rare is 8, epic is 8, legendary is 15, and mythic is 0 credits. So, nice. Goodbye, Shredder. Or hello, Shredder. With the introduction of the Shredder, there will also be some changes to Equipment Draft. The random option of the sorting Equipment Draft can no longer roll legendary items. Thank God. Credits given when selecting the random option 3 to 5. Equipment Selector, price is 25 up to 30. Sold quantity is from 7 to 99. You can no longer buy weapons of a type not matching the originally selected type. Nice. You can now just infinitely keep re-rolling. Guys, you can just infinitely reroll now, essentially. And if you have that bad luck to... Man. Wow. Increase move speed in the control room. Movement speed is increased by 30% so that everyone can comfortably bind fusions and use the shredder. New infusion, double trouble. Your basic attacks will blast enemies into the sky at the cost of a reduced attack power. 20. Okay, so wow, level 3, your basic attacks just hit enemies twice. That's nasty. Bro, how does that work for dual swords? Do you just hit them 4 times? What? Holy. New infusion, melter, extra true damage for basic attacks and skills. Melee is 35 true damage 4 times. That's 140, and this is 90 on ranged. Wow. Okay. Noxious aftermath. Your footsteps leave a poisonous mist, dealing damage to anyone who comes in contact. Moving leaves a trail of poisonous footsteps. Deal 35 plus 1.5% target's max HP true damage per second over 3 seconds. Wow. Dunk on your enemies in style. Victory emotes pop up when you win. Nice. Free rotation separation. Free rotation character pools between Lumia and Cobalt are now separate. The rotation for Cobalt will feature a bigger roster of characters. Infusions. And that's just a bunch of infusions. If you would like to pause and read about them, I am not a Cobalt gamer, but if you would like to read about what has happened, please pause. And now I'm going to go down to here. You can pause there. Here's some protocol mode specific adjustments. Pause again. Celine. 11. What the? Jackie? I can actually read that. Wow. Jackie. Karla. Chloe. We're just going to go slowly through them. And now bug fixes. Here we go. Timing of Wick's aggro gauge filling now matches the timing of Wick line losing aggro. Spectator skill icons on the player information UI now change properly when selecting a dead player. Nearby enemies no longer pull the aggro of wild animals. Reconnecting after disconnecting the loading screen now shows the save plane you chose as intended. When equipped with a reloadable weapon, equipping other items will no longer force the weapon to reload. Spectator mode status tooltips now get displayed as intended. Nice. Background music has finally been fixed to play properly. Wolves now longer return to their original position when characters move away after infiltrating or becoming invisible. Can no longer target select allies in stasis. Added text in the debuff tooltip, including indicating that food and beverages cannot be consumed after revival or taking the hyperloop. Nice. Also some Cobalt fixes. Okay, Plague Dr. Daniel's English voice is no longer played when using Daniel's basic skin. Man. Damage of Mad Chipmunk, yellow and red from color mixing now matches the tooltip. Casting Sly Step right after performing a basic attack enhanced by teachings array no longer cancels the attack animation and properly activates her thrill stacks. Wow. Markus applying Rattled from Warrior's Grit into an enemy now makes the ready effect disappear, reviving after dying in a restricted area while having 50 or more grit now. Oh, thank you, God. The root from Explosive Bullet now works for nullification. Adriana, the tooltip of the leveled up flamethrower now shows the proper type of damage. Aiden having max stacks of overcharge no longer increases move speed for longer than intended. Jackie, basic attack animation and damage are now in sync. Karla, casting Piercing Chain while having very slow attack speed no longer restricted usage. I think that was the Nathapon bug. Harpoon projectiles are fixed to disappear properly when Karla dies before the projectiles hit the ground. Grappling Mover can now be cast as intended by clicking the skill icon. Casting Shackling Anchor at a location where Karla doesn't have vision now shows the whole harpoon properly. Mode classification and profiles have been changed from squad to squad in Cobalt. Smooth interactions with UI windows even when CPU usage is high. The refund pop-up no longer appears when acquiring MS Magic Show. Yep. Lobby BGM now loops properly and online friends list now gets refreshed as intended right after launching the game. Chat, that was your 0.62 patch notes. I hope you all enjoyed it very much, and thank you all, of course, for being here and watching. I love you all. And until the next patch notes, see you guys next time.